Hey guys, I just tried to record a video and then I lost track of my thoughts, so I'm gonna redo the video. So today my topic is gonna be on Pilates, and my title today is how Pilates is gonna elevate your life. And I have a few reasons for this. I have about 5 reasons for this, okay? Let's talk about Pilates a little bit. Let's talk about what it is. It is supposed to be, I think Joseph Pilates created it in 19 something, I'm assuming. I really don't know. I didn't do any research on it. I just know what Pilates is and different types of Pilates, and I know what I'm talking about with that, but the exact origins, those details, not important. But I do know it was made to be a way to exercise for people who didn't have a lot of money, a lot of space, a lot of equipment. Pilates can be done by anyone in any country at any time, with or without equipment. All you need is a floor, whether it's concrete, whether it's marble, whether it's wood, or if it's outdoors, you can do this. And that's what I love about it. We love accessibility to workouts, and that's exactly what Pilates is. It really is for everyone. And I know there was like a little scandal on TikTok with people saying that it's not for everyone or that you shouldn't be a certain way taking Pilates, but Pilates really is for everyone, and it has no specific body type. If you look a certain way because of Pilates, yes, it's about toning and slimming down in a way, but there's no specific one size fits all look to Pilates. And there are people that do Pilates that are really tall and lean, or that are a little bit thicker or shorter and a little bit thicker like me. Like, what can I say? But everyone's going to get those effects of tightening, shrinking, strengthening, posture, improving. So it's not necessarily something that you could outwardly see at first glance, okay? I'll just say that. So that's the background, right? One of the big things about Pilates is routine keeping. And I think as we go into winter, it's turning dark out at 5 p.m. Okay, maybe 4:45. It's going to go down to like 4 o'clock when it's real deep winter, right? So we have quite a ways to go, right? We need routines to keep us sane and healthy mentally, physically. And I think having a Pilates routine is perfect for you. And I think it's even better than the gym because of the fact that it's so structured. You can't even go to some classes a minute late because you won't be able to get into that room. And you need to come prepared to be there. You have to make sure you drink your water, especially if you're taking a hot Pilates class. You have to have drank half a gallon of water to a gallon the day before, a couple days before. You have to come prepared to stay in the room. They oftentimes really try not to let you leave the room unless it's an emergency. Okay? Never left the room though. I pushed through. There are people that have to get out. I understand that. It can also be a little anxiety inducing if it's really too hot and this is one of your first classes, but they warn you about that. But the same thing with the reformer. Having a class led by someone that is a pro in the specialty or like the type of Pilates that you're doing is going to make a difference, and it holds you accountable throughout the class to actually give your best. A lot of times people show up to the gym with no routine, don't know what they're going to do, and kind of just pick machines at random, like, oh, I kind of want to work on this, so I'm going to go to this machine, that machine. I've seen people like check stuff off in the gym, like the real deal, like gym goers, but that's up to you. If you're able to do that for yourself, that's great. But are you going to be able to do that for yourself by yourself throughout winter? Like, it's really important as a human being to have a support system. And when you join like Pilates places or whatever, or even an online community on YouTube that's free, you're holding yourself accountable to the instructor through your phone. I feel like that's just different. And I think this is why people do personal training, but that's different. Okay? So, routine, community, holding you accountable, and keeping you not depressed, okay? Especially in winter. Number 2, I would say, is it helps your eating. It actually makes you not crave the things that you wanted anymore. You could go into a class being like, oh, I really want chocolate cake after this. You take it, you're like, nah, I want a smoothie. And it's natural too. I'm not even trying to convince myself to do it. It just happens. There's a correlation between exercise and specifically, I think, personally, Pilates and appetite reduction. Okay. Especially if you're in a class that promotes you to drink a lot of water. You filled yourself up now, and now you've stopped or you mitigated those cravings of whatever it is that you wanted to eat that maybe wasn't so good for you. Not that you shouldn't eat that at all, because you should be able to indulge here and there. But having a routine like this is going to keep you on track throughout the week, especially if you're like, I'm going to do these classes, this through this day during the week, and then on the weekend, I can do whatever I want. Fine, that's a routine that works for you. And you're still going to reap the benefits of the class. If you're taking specific types of, I would say reformer, I haven't taken the one with the bars where you can like hang upside down. Reformer and mat, you're really working on that core, your balance, your strength, your posture. If you're a dancer like me, or like I like to tell myself sometimes, your posture is going to be much better. You're not going to have back and neck pain like people who are hunched over a computer all day that don't get any exercise or don't stretch their bodies out at the end of the day. Because the stretching is a fundamental part of that. You're stretching before, or at least at the very end of the class. It's literally integrated into the routine, into the class. So yeah, just your posture is going to be better. Your presentation to people is going to be better because you look more confident. You're actually like someone that looks like they have a life and they have themselves together. You're not going to be as bloated. I think even though you're going to be drinking a lot of water to sustain yourself during these classes, because your appetite is changing and you're allowing room for you to fast or eat earlier in the day and then eat the next day at a certain time, you're not going to be as bloated. Your abs are going to start to peek through. Mine are starting to peek through, okay? And it took a very long time and a lot of discipline to get me to where I am today, which is why I feel I can talk about this. Oh boy, I need some water, guys. Water break. Yeah, you're going to feel it, especially in your core, because that's a very big part of Pilates. Having a strong core promotes strong everything. Lower, middle, upper core, transverse muscles, the obliques. You're going to see them become snatched, or at least they're going to feel like they are. You're going to feel stronger. You can, if you have kids, you can pick your kid up in 1, 2, 3, even if they're like 60 pounds. It's crazy. I feel like it's different than weightlifting. Weightlifting, I feel like, is a bit more taxing and exhausting for your muscles. And if you're doing it too often, your muscle fibers are tearing and you're sore and you're not repairing at the speed that you should be. And it's going to make you tired for work, or like feel like you're sick or something. Because that's happened to me before. Combining too much cardio, HIIT, and weights, not too good for women, I would say. Here and there, yes. This is maybe more of a man thing. They can do that. But I feel stronger in my classes. I'm able to hold plank for longer, side planks. I can lift heavier and not feel super like my muscle tore in half, if that makes sense. So it's really good support if you're someone that really likes weightlifting or really likes the gym. I say incorporate it at least once or twice a week. And then the other benefits is sleep. I think because it's not so cortisol inducing, it really helps. This is, I will say, yoga and Pilates / breathing techniques incorporated into like the beginning or the end of both classes. Helps to reduce your cortisol levels, but helps get your heart rate up during the class, helps to work out your muscles, helps to circulate your blood, helps to strengthen your whole entire body as a whole without spiking your cortisol. I mean, if you've ever played a sport, or if you've ever gone to the gym really late and you go, whatever, even if 7 p.m. you go really, really hard and you had a great workout, like you performed, but now you won't go to bed till like 2 a.m. Why? Cortisol levels, they spiked. While it's not the worst thing in the world, it's not really something you should be doing every day or even every other day, in my opinion, okay? What was that, like 4 reasons? And then the 5th reason is I think everyone deserves to invest in themselves. If you have the money to put aside for these classes, again, you can take them online and hold yourself accountable at home, but someone's leading you, right? So that person's the YouTuber is kind of holding you accountable, or whatever the case is. Whatever's best for you financially, I still think you should do it and invest in yourself. I mean, it's just like giving back to yourself. Even if you're not super duper into it, or you feel like, well, it's good for right now, just do it. Or it's something that's manageable for right now, the times of the classes, They also tend to be shorter, like 45-minute spurts. And that's good for your time management and whatnot. Just do it. And again, I personally favor it. And as although I said what I said about the body feeling more snatched and coming in more, you have to take into account what you're eating, of course, but that's neither here or there for right now. But you will feel the differences and you will see them. Even if you are eating pretty poorly, you're still gonna look pretty dang good, especially if you're doing this 5 times a week. And I can actually guarantee that. Well, depending on how much you're eating or how bad you're eating, but yeah. And I think there's something to be said about certain positions being held, like when it comes to yoga, that I feel like are detoxifying and healing to our bodies. And also, if you're taking a heated class, you really are sweating out a lot of toxins and you're promoting liver and organ and kidney cleanses through this is why I love the sauna too. If you can't get into hot Pilates class, get into a sauna, okay? 15 minutes, 20 minutes, twice a week, 3 times a week will do you so good. And yeah, I just think you'll be someone that holds himself stronger. You'll be more confident. You'll look your best. You'll feel your best. That's it. You'll feel your best before you look your best. It really does start internally, and it really does start from your commitment to yourself. And I think that that'll shine when you go to an event and you get dressed up. You're just going to look phenomenal in your outfit. You're going to look like someone that developed in such a short amount of time. Even if you're taking like 6-month Pilates, that 6-month change will be extremely evident to someone that saw you 6 months ago before you started. And I think that overall, it also gives you something to look forward to. You can make friends in classes, connect with people, connect with your instructors, because they're people too, just like you and I. No reason why you can't be friends with your instructors. And I think you're just gonna change for the better if you do it. So that's my 2 cents. And I hope that this video helps someone, or at least gives an answer for some of my, like, the way that I've changed. Like, if you see me in person or on Instagram, if you know my habits, who I am as a person, this really is the answer to that. Besides my spiritual side, I am Christian, so that is also responsible for a lot of my personal growth. But this is really another close second. So Pilates will elevate your life. I would go ahead and give it a try right after this video. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day.